Let's talk about incident response and disaster recovery. Now, prevention is good. We've been talking a lot about security controls, preventive measures, detection, and all that stuff, but it's not really guaranteed. Um, Prevention doesn't provide the full picture of protection and cyber resilience. And you always have to assume that at some point your controls are going to fail, they're going to find new ways around it or new vulnerabilities that haven't been patched or whatever it is. Just assume that at some point there's going to be an incident. And with that assumption in mind, we can actually mitigate the level of impact that this has on the business. So we need to stay prepared for incidents. So incident response and disaster recovery are very essential for our cybersecurity strategy, and these practices enable us to detect incidents quickly, to respond effectively, and to recover while minimizing the damage that it does to the business. Incident response is not a choice. It's a necessity in the digital age, and it's not just about surviving an attack, it's about thriving despite an attack. So it's a systematic approach, as a lot of things with cybersecurity are. It's not just something you just say, okay, we're doing incident response, um, and then sit down and wing it. It's something that has to be systematic. So there are different very important steps. There's also, of course, the detection or identification of incidents, and that includes implementing monitoring tools and techniques to identify any suspicious activities or security breaches that occur. Step two is to contain. Well, before containing, there's the investigation step, which we use to analyze events, analyze logs, or analyze data and any information that's available to determine, okay, is this malicious activity? But once you've detected it and you've investigated it and you know it's malicious activity, then it has to be contained. So we need to take very swift actions to limit the impact of the incident and prevent further damage. And then there's eradication, meaning we need to identify the root cause and eliminate the underlying issue to prevent recurrence. And then there's recovery, which involves restoring affected systems and our data to their normal states while ensuring that the data integrity has been maintained. So, an example of this would be, let's say, a phishing email. Someone received a phishing email, clicked on the link, and had malware downloaded onto their system. As soon as that is detected, whether it's by our monitoring tools or by user reporting, then we would need to like investigate, find out, okay, this is malicious. What is the extent to which it has spread, right? We would need to contain, probably isolate the affected user's device so that the malware doesn't spread. But also, we need to investigate whether it has already started spreading and then make sure that we isolate it so that it doesn't continue to spread. And then eradication would be doing a proper analysis of the malware, understand its behavior, make sure that we've understood exactly where and how it's infected our devices, eradicate it from the devices. Probably you might have to wipe the devices or whatever, and then do a new build and whatever. And then there's recovery, meaning restoring the devices, restoring data on those devices so that the affected individuals can continue with their business. So there's data loss prevention. This focuses on identifying, classifying, and protecting sensitive data because there's data everywhere. There's data in the cloud. There's data on devices. There's data on our intranets. There's all sorts of data with different levels of sensitivity. So data loss prevention prevents unauthorized access, data leakage, and accidental data loss as well. Um, for example, a healthcare organization might have different sensitivity labels for you know, personal health information. So of course there'll be additional protections to make sure that data doesn't go out to unintended recipients. There would be sensitivity labels for maybe internal processes and procedures, and internal business files. So there's business continuity planning, because it's not just about being able to recover from an incident. It's about being able to making sure that business doesn't stop even if an incident happens. So it ensures that our critical business operations can continue during any disruptions or disasters, whether it's due to a cyber attack or anything else. And we need to do certain things like business impact analysis. Um, we need to draw up business continuity strategies, and we need to have emergency response procedures to make sure that everybody understands what needs to be done, and we can at least limit the damage that cyber incidents cause. There's also disaster recovery planning. Disaster recovery focuses on restoring critical infrastructure and data, and this helps us to bring business back into like full operations in the event of an incident. So we have data backup and recovery, we have redundancy. So you might have an identical copy of data on like a different site or a different cloud environment, just to make sure that you can easily recover in the event of a disaster. Now, to conclude, incident response and disaster recovery are very important, and we need to be able to safeguard our data, maintain business continuity, protect the business operations, and protect our reputation as a business. Thank you, and we'll meet in the next lesson.